2 days ago, I just figured out what a TMR joystick is. I didn't expect the small machine to cooperate so much. Immediately, a new TMR joystick handle was released. The focus is on the version without the base. As long as 229 yuan is not wrong to you, the small machine family caught it first. The first one is the TMR magnetic group joystick handle that directly soars to the price of 200 yuan. It instantly reminded me of the moment when the 100 yuan star dominated. So what is the strength of this handle, which sounds very domineering? This second-generation Windrunner mold is exactly the same as the previous generation. I have black and white in my hand. 2 color schemes. I personally prefer the white model, as well as red and gold embellishments. The color scheme is relatively refreshing. Both the D-pad and shoulder keys are made of golden UV spray with several decorative lines on the face shell. It looks like a low-key textured trigger, and the keys are fully transparent. You can see the internal structure of the double cut button directly on the button. This is the first time I've seen it. The grip is translucent, and you can vaguely see the back of the rotating motor. Only the charging contacts and the 2 back buttons are relatively simple. There is a 3.5mm headphone jack at the bottom. The top still retains the phone holder of the previous generation slot. Although it is not good looking, the small machine is also for mobile gamers. Finally, let's take a look. The charging base is an anode aluminum alloy bracket. The 3-point support has anti-slip electricity at the bottom, which is very stable. It is said that there is also RGB follow-up when put on. It can be seen that Xiaoji really wants to spend money on the blade. So the base shape is relatively simple, but solid, totally sufficient. In general, the second generation of the Windrunner is more delicate in appearance than the first generation. There are also some creative designs that are not fancy. What do you think? How many points can be given to this design? In terms of feel, first of all, the weight is relatively moderate, about 230 grams. The front and back sides of the grip are covered with anti-slip patterns. Because it is directly achieved that there is no rubber coating on the plastic. Feels a bit hard to take. And Xiaoji's button tuning is very consistent. This time, the action keys have also been upgraded from the first generation. The Haihua micromotion button should have a bullet wall silicone feel. It is more comfortable to be crisp and slightly bounced. The arrow keys and shoulder buttons are both mechanical, and it is not difficult for the officer to press them. No noise. Other function buttons use the pot tablets to listen to the sound of the buttons. Focus on the fluctuation of the trigger button. This short lever can directly switch the linear trigger, and the key travel is not short. It feels more comfortable when pressed. There is no sense of chopping. You won't get tired after playing for a long time. The micro trigger triggers quickly. The left and right buttons of the other 2 triggers have a more consistent feel. No noise was heard, because the small machine and Microsoft have a deep cooperation style. Second, non-digital rights products do not add triggers. Students who are advised to pay attention to the vibration. The area of these 2 top lines is not small, and it is still easy to touch by mistake. Finally, let's talk about the joystick, the mushroom head with the diamond ring. It can be directly unplugged and replaced for convenience. The TMR sticks are very smooth and the damper rods are consistent. The feel is still good. Here is a brief review of the advantages of the TMR magnetized group joystick. First of all, its life is flush with the Hall joystick. Theoretically, it can reach 5 million times. It also has higher accuracy than Hall joysticks. The lower latency power consumption is only 1/3 of that of Hall joysticks. To put it bluntly, it has both the precision and Hall of a carbon film joystick. The life of the rocker is moderately advantageous for the integrated plate. Let's test it to see how well the joystick is tuned in all aspects. Handle default joystick. There is a center, a point, and a dead. There is no real terrain to die. By pressing the M key and the left and right joysticks, you can quickly switch the center point. No dead mode. Official introduction. This time, the Tiananko joystick has reached a 12-bit 4096 sampling rating. That is 2000 level resolution. Let's take a look at the data we tested. The joystick return rate is above 1000 Hz in wired and 2.4 steps. Bluetooth return rate is about 350 Hz. The average resolution above 1000 is relatively evenly distributed, although the ideal data is not fully achieved. But this performance has indeed reached the precision of carbon film joysticks. The direction sword is not created, and the dedication trigger is not empty. The algorithm tuning in all aspects is still very good. So how will it behave when applied to the game? In the actual gaming experience, the biggest feeling is that Windrunner 2 is too comprehensive, and the controller is adapted to PC. Switch Android. The iOS platform liner uses the DS4 protocol. It will be more stable when connected to iOS. The TMR joystick with higher accuracy when playing FPS is silkier than Benfu chocolate. With the micro trigger control, it comes up at once. In addition, its wireless audio is also practical. In wireless mode, the headset can be directly connected to the handle and is covered by the data cable cobweb. Annoying students should like this feature. The Switch side supports one-button wake-up and a 6-axis Euro chair. The mobile phone side supports touch mapping, and the PC financial software includes anti-dead zones, red edge city waist bar curve, keyboard mapping, strong somatosensory function. In terms of software, the small machine has always done well. The only regret is that the trigger that should have disappeared vibrates. Based on my understanding of chicks, their family knows how to spend money on the blade. The internal workmanship materials of this truth are probably worth it. Let's take a look at the 860 mAh battery. The battery life is medium to high, which is not bad. The battery compartment is abandoned, and the battery is directly pasted on the PCB motherboard. Action key direction. There is indeed a bomb wall under the key. Silicone motors are common rotors. The motor moving machine is a double cutting of Hall moving machine and micro moving machine. Custom TMR joysticks. From the appearance, like Hall joysticks, the pin corners on the PCB board are soldered. Neat appearance. In general, Xiaoji is still more willing to use materials this time, rather than being ambiguous about the keys and sticks. How? Is this handle quite sincere? The feel of the buttons is called the previous generation to make an improved algorithm. The adjustment level has not collapsed. TMR double-cut trigger. Intelligent start-stop base wireless audio multifunction software. I feel that the small machine has captured the point that ordinary users value the most. Concentrated effort brought this Windrunner 2. But there is a more sincere black myth that is about to come out. Xiaoji launched a handle speedrun black myth contest with a prize of 20,000 yuan. For details, you can go to Xiaoji's official account to find out. Hurry up and grab your new handle and speed run together.
You